All right, Mick, let's get into the Red V Rebuild. My favourite part on the rundown. Mick, how are things going in the Dragons? You already touched on it, a brand new centre of excellence about to be opened.
Yeah, not far away. Obviously, Vegas against the Bulldogs is two extremely passionate supporter bases. That will be an incredible experience, I think, for both clubs and for the game itself, seeing two powerhouse clubs over there. Tough season for them, looking back and digging a little deeper into it. Lost some quality talent there. The two Couchman boys, and just seeing the way that they go about their business there. Dylan Egan, impressive. No Hamish Stewart at the back end. And two of their strike centres in Moses Sully and Valentine Holmes, who had good starts to the season for them. So they had their challenges, no doubt, with injury. Clearly not where we wanted to finish the season. And it's been a tough opening 4 or 5 weeks of pre-season to reinforce it that won't be the case next year, and I'm confident that it won't be.
Yeah. They've made it pretty clear they want to buy a couple of key players. Yep. What positions do you think they really need to look at?
Well, that's for Shane
to
obviously answer. There's still a few roster spots there, and I think the positive thing with it is having the experience of Daniel Anderson and the relationship, just watching from afar him and Shane go about their business during the day. They're working hard together to try and fill those spots. But just talking about like what you were saying there with Mal and the patience around it, it's important they get the right people. Like if you're going to invest long term and you're looking at a long term plan of sustainable success, it's not necessarily about what's quick and flashy. It's about long term getting the right person there that's going to make the team and the club. That's the big thing. The club better. The club's in a good spot. That's the one thing I've noticed. CEO's done a great job there in a short period of time, and there's some real stability there with people surrounding the club and also at board level. And as we said, there's an exciting time with some really good leaders there at the moment that are setting the way. Gutherson, Holmes, Cook, these type of guys have come back in motivated and good physical condition to attack the pre-season and chase that improvement. But then this crop of young talent that's coming through from both St George and also the Wollongong, Gerringong region, I haven't seen kids so invested, hard-working and love what they do. I think if you're going to have success, Braith, you've got to love what you do. Since we at the Bulldogs had Josh Jackson and Dale Finucane and David Clemmer and these type of kids come through, Josh Reynolds, that was a great period for us at the Dogs, having those guys coming through, and I have these blokes
up
there with them.
That's
Hamish
so
Stewart and Dylan Egan, two Couchmans, Hayden Buchanan.
Where do you see, Mick, like this year, like you said, so many close missed opportunities, right? And one thing you can say about the Dragons is they fought hard in every game, you know, like it may be one or two, but the majority of it which is what you think, to be honest, that's what you want out of your team, right? But what's going to take them from just the fighters and those guys that are just on the edge who couldn't get the job done to semi-finals and success?
I like what I've seen from Atkinson. I love that he's had to go the hard way around, Braith. I really like that. I like the fact that, you know, at an important part of his development and you know, he's just spoke about Jonah being ready. He's had to sit there behind Hines and Trindle.
He had to sit as 18th man at Sharks games pretty much
so
the whole year.
Just feeling his energy in the team has been infectious on a lot of guys. And I like the bloke that's had to scrap for his spot because he's hungry.
What sort of... I agree with you.
I think...
How are they going to play the halves? I know you can't give away too much. But what do you
I think Shane's
see?
been pretty open about Atkinson being halfback or given first opportunity to do that. I really liked what I saw from King Tonga. He had a tough back end of the season. Obviously, first year there.
Better for that,
absolutely. And
he showed good signs.
And they had to do it without a lot of that cattle that I just spoke that was injured. Kyle's training extremely well. Him and Daniel Atkinson seem to have a really good chemistry together. But I'd like to see, and I'm really hopeful that we can activate, Cook more out of 9, Little more out of 9. The game's fast, and we've got some good young athletic middle forwards. and I feel like we can compensate that with some speed around the ruck as well. Hamish Stewart is... I remember watching Cameron Murray a couple of years ago, going 5-6 years ago, out in the Charity Shield, out at Mudgee, and I went, there was just something about where Cameron Murray was the year before to where he was 4 or 5 months later after his pre-season.
Get the same feeling, huh?
Hamish Stewart's...
Important one to retain at the club.
Yeah, he's very good. Well, any young kid that has the attraction from, at the moment, from Brisbane, Penrith and Cronulla, you know that you've got a pretty decent one on your hands. But just the way that he's applied himself to his training and just watching his ability and how he unlocks certain parts of our attack through that middle part of the field is very, very impressive.
Well, I'm sure Flano's loving having you back there, Mick, to
Had a good,
even him out a bit and keep him happy.
He was a bit
And
stressed last year.
He's
Is he all right? I was worried about him a few times, and they crossed to him, you know.
Yeah, he's pacing.
I'm sure you were so worried.
Very worried about him.
He was pacing.
It's actually still worried me in the off-season.
I'm sure.